recently bought this dresser from Habitat for Humanity, and while it's got this beautiful gray color and has this vintage vibe, it has a couple paint chips, and so we need to refresh it back to its original glory. Today we're going to learn how to paint strip and all of the steps it involves to do that. There may be a couple fails, but hopefully we can restore this back to its original beauty.
We'll start off by giving you a quick preview of what the dresser looked like before we dug into it and made any of the initial changes.
Today we'll be using a variety of products. Clean Strip Premium Stripper and Clean Strip Paint Stripper After Wash, with a paintbrush, a stiff scraper, a medium sanding block, some Scotch-Brite pads, some plastic wrap, and some rags in the back there. As well as you'll see, I have some PPE, some heavy-duty gloves, and some glasses.
A layer of paint stripper and putting some saran wrap on that to help it do its chemical magic. One of the first lessons that we learned was the more paint stripper you use, the more easily the paint came off. That may seem obvious in hindsight, but it was definitely something that we walked away wishing we had applied more on the front end rather than having to scrape extra hard to get all that paint off. Once we had done a round of paint stripping, we had to do a little bit of sanding to expose the beautiful wood that was underneath, and we felt super lucky with what was under all of that paint. So we got it all exposed and then did basically the same process for the drawer faces, where again we were super happy with what was underneath the paint. From there it was do some sanding and then some more sanding, and then after that a little bit of hand sanding, because the dresser had some intricate details on the face of the dresser and we wanted to make sure to rough up all of those areas. So got that done and then went over everything with a rag and then tack cloth to get any dust away, and from there it was just painting. We stuck with a color that was very similar to the original color because we thought it matched the wood tones that the dresser had and thought that it was a really pretty gray. From there we had to do a quick cleaning on the hardware and get it all polished up so that we could put it back on the dresser and make sure that everything looked super nice once it was reassembled. All right, so a few stats on the project. We spent $90 on supplies, which included all the things that we saw at the beginning. Then from there, we spent another $150 on the drawers themselves from Habitat. So that brings a total project cost to $240. I'm super happy with how it turned out. I think it looks a lot better than something like an IKEA cabinet in the AirBNB, so pleased with that. If you found this video helpful, we'd love if you liked the video, subscribe to this channel, and we'll catch you next time.